cold, a story of faith began to unfold. Meqabyan stood while others would bend, vowing his heart to the Lord to the end. The tyrant sorcerer raised up a stone to challenge the power of the heavenly throne. Bow to this image or perish in flame, but the family refused to dishonor the name. The first son was taken to face the ordeal with courage as strong as the sharpest of steel. You take my life, but my spirit is free, for the King of all kings is waiting for me. The brothers followed with hearts full of grace, looking the shadow of death in the face. Through water and fire they held to the way, refusing the idols of silver and clay. The mother stood by as her children were slain, finding a glory inside of the pain. She whispered of hope and a kingdom above, bound by the chains of eternalized love. Sown in the ground, where the strength of the righteous is always found. No sword and no fire could ever erase the light of the Father from out of their face. Enraged by the strength they displayed, he saw that the faithful were never afraid. He sharpened the blades and he fueled the fire to vent all the rage of his wicked desire. The second son stepped to the front of the line. My life is a gift that is no longer mine. It belongs to the Maker who sits in the sky. For him I will live, and for him I will die. The third son spoke out with a voice like a bell. There is no darkness or shadow of hell that can conquer the light that is burning within, or lead us to walk in the pathways of sin. The fourth son smiled as the smoke started high, looking away to the blue of the sky. The torment is brief, but the crown is for all who answer the Lord when they hear a soft call. The fifth son was young, but his spirit was tall. He watched as his brothers began to fall. He held to the Torah and stood on the rock. The pride of the tyrant he continued to mock. The mother's heart broke, yet she did not despair. She covered her children with blessing and prayer. Go to your father, she said with a cry, to the mansions of peace in the kingdom on high. People who watched were amazed at the sight of stars shining out in the middle of night. They saw that the law was more precious than gold, a treasure for hearts that are honest and bold. The king tried to bribe them with riches and land, with rings for their fingers riches and power at hand, but they traded the earth for a heavenly prize, with the glory of Zion fixed deep in their eyes. One by one they were taken away to the land of the living and eternal day. No more shall they hunger and no more shall they weep, a promise the Savior was faithful to keep. The Meqabyan name is a beacon of light for those who are lost in the middle of fight, to stand for the truth when the world turns away, and wait for the dawn of the ultimate day. So let us remember the Meqabyan line, whose spirits like stars in the darkness still shine. They kept to the law and they finished the race, to rest in the light of the Lord's holy